What's happening, everybody? How we doing? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys? Hopefully, you guys can hear me. So, here we go. Wheel of fucking Prime, right? This background's driving me nuts. I'm sorry, guys. Give me just a second. I like the backgrounds, but it's
Annoying.
today it's annoying. Yes. All right. Fuck the background. Okay. Fuck it. Jake, how we doing, buddy? How's life? So. Okay, as long as you guys can hear me, see me, and everything's looking good, we're good. So we're gonna go over some plot points, quite a few of them actually. Man, watching. Give me just a second. I want to look at something. Okay, so let's start off with the very good intro that the Wheel of Prime did with Beltane. They didn't do it right at all. Beltane is a celebration of spring, and they were doing this funeral, like remembrance of people thing. That was the first like fuck up. Like I was like, okay, like I'm watching it. They're Tam and Rand are like going to the two rivers, and you see the rocks kick down. I'm like, oh, we're gonna see a fade. Nope, no fade. Just them walking, rocks sliding, nothing fun. Okay. And then, like I said, the Beltane celebration was more of like remembrance of the dead instead of the arrival of spring, which should have just been the arrival of spring. You're right, Jake. Not one change was for better. You know, it was just sad. And then you meet Matt and Perrin. And Perrin's married. Like, let's start off with that. Why in the fuck was Perrin even married? Like, that didn't make sense in my mind at all. Not one bit. Like, it didn't need to happen. Like, you could have easily put his bosses and the boss's wife. I can't remember their names right now, but you could have put them in that situation and not her. We didn't need her. The wife did not need to exist. It was a complete, absolute pointless thing. And like I heard people say, well, it was for him, it was for his killing. He just didn't want to kill. Perrin didn't want to kill ever. Perrin never wanted to fight. Perrin was always bigger than everybody, so Perrin never wanted to hurt anybody. That's all he had to do. It was that easy. But instead, we had to marry him, and then he had to kill his wife, and it was just fucking horrible. We didn't need it. We didn't need it. Let's move on to Matt. Action Coffin. Like, what the fuck did they do to Abel and his mom? His dad and his mom, they killed them. They were not drunken, horrible parents. Abel Coffin was actually a really, really good father figure. He was a very good man, and his mother was a very good woman. Now we're gonna make them the town drunks. It's already starting off bad. Where it's already starting off really, really bad. Just with those three things. Like, I don't know if people don't understand this, but when you start minorly changing characters and their backstories, that has a rolling effect that by the time it gets to a certain point at the end of the season, it's a fucking snowball or a rock slide, and you can't stop it from completely demolishing everything. And it was just like, okay. I didn't understand that. So there's point number 3. I don't understand why Tom was never in the Two Rivers. Why didn't we have the Gleeman in the Two Rivers? Like, can you tell me that? We didn't want him there. Really? Tom plays a very prominent role in book 1. We got him on screen for half an episode. Good job, Raph. You're good. It was bad. I don't understand how, like, to me, and I guess this is just my take. If you are going to do an adaptation of somebody else's story, you want to be as truthful as possible to the original story. Like Peter Jackson did with the Lord of the Rings, or D&D did with the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones. That kind of thing. You stick to the story. But no. Wrath from the very fucking beginning was completely fucking it up, and all right, moving on. Shadar Logoth. Okay, so we got them to Shadar Logoth. The boys go and investigate, and they walk around. But instead of having the apparition of a man trying to get the boys to help him take the treasures out of Shadar Logoth, Matt just finds a dagger. Now, don't get me wrong, Moraine said don't pick anything up, blah, 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 blah. It didn't matter. There should have been the manifestation there. The other problem with not having Tom a part of the whole story is when they leave Shadar Logoth and they get split up. Okay. Tom, Matt, and Rand get on a boat and they travel downriver. We didn't get that. That's actually a really fun story in the book. But, whatever. It's fine. It's whatever. It's Raph's show. This storyline in the show really irked me with the Dragon Reborn. That really irked me when they were trying to make it look like Egwene or Nynaeve could be the Dragon Reborn, because we don't know the sex of this character, of the Dragon Reborn. Bullshit. Let me tell you something about the Dragon Reborn. What the Dragon Reborn is supposed to do. He is supposed to fight the Dark One. Okay? That's the purpose of the Dragon Reborn. Now, it's a fight on two fronts. Not also is it a physical fight, it is a mental fight. The mental part of it is when the boar was opened and the Dark One, Shaitan, touched the male side of the one power, he tainted it. So now the Dragon Reborn doesn't also have to fight this thing magically, physically. He has to fight it mentally because it's driving him absolutely crazy through the magic he is using. No, we're going to make it look like there's a chance that a lady can do it. No, you can't do that. No. When the story starts, there was 3 possibilities. Rand, Matt, Perrin. 3. And as time went on, and you paid attention, there was only one possibility, and it was Rand. There was no need ever for that whole, well, we don't know the sex of the Dragon Reborn. It could be a female. No. That completely kills the whole point of the story. It does. It completely kills it. The Dragon Reborn is supposed to fight mentally and physically against the Dark One. And if you look at the way Jordan wrote it, it's actually the men's mental health battle. with reality because we have no one to go to. Rand literally has no one to go to. So he has to battle that by himself consistently. So there was only 3 choices of the Dragon Reborn: Mat, Perrin, Rand. That's it. Nynaeve and Egwene should have never even been considered for that because they don't have the mental battle of the power being tainted by the Dark One. Oh, Tyvirin. We never even got a reference to Tyvirin. And if you're just a show watcher, you won't even know what Tyvirin is. And don't even understand what the fuck I'm talking about. But what I'm going to tell you is Tyvirins can actually pull and move the will into their favor. Rand being the most powerful, Mat and Perrin being the second and third. And Rand can actually pull Mat and Perrin into whatever he's doing at that time. They can feel that tug from him. But we never ever get that mention of Tyvirin. That's it. And the one that points it out is Loial in the inn. Oh wait, we didn't get that either. Because we didn't get them going to Elaine's capital, whatever that capital was. I can't remember the name of it right now. But when he meets Elaine and Gawain and Galad, we didn't get that. But that's where he learns this. They just, kindly skipped over it. Yeah. Land crying, like, did I mention they butchered Lan's character in this show? Like they did everybody else, but okay, never mind, I haven't yet. They butchered Lan's character, okay? Lan is a very driven, charismatic, stoic character. This is how it's going to be, and this is what we're going to do, and da-da-da. That's it. There's no games, there's no bullshit, there's no nothing. It's just da-da-da-da-da. And then we get to watch him cry, and that one sucked. Like, I don't understand why we had to have Lan cry. Well, his buddy died. So, that's not Lan. Not even close. Just saying. The final episode of season 1, okay? This whole final episode was junk. Perrin killing Child Bornhold was absolute bullshit. Boy, that's season 2 that happens, and never mind. The battle of whatever, when they go to use the one power and the Forsaken has escaped, and it's just Rand and it's just Moiraine, and they go through the forest by themselves. Don't touch anything, yet they sleep on the ground. And Rand battles Ishamael in like a mental battle. There was no pool of the one power that wasn't tainted. There was no fight where Perrin was up above, or where Rand was up above where everybody could see him, where Rand struck down the armies of the Dark One before they could get into the place they were trying to get into. You didn't have Mat and Perrin trying to fight. You didn't have Egwene and Nynaeve trying to fight. No. We had this battle between Rand and Ishamael while Moiraine is locked away from the one power, and the girls form a circle. And yeah, okay. I tell you guys, Raph did a great job of adaptation because he did an awesome job. Season 2, I didn't understand Mat's storyline at all. Like, okay, I get it. You recast the character. They have him imprisoned at the palace, or in Tar Valon. Okay. Here's the thing, though. And I'm going to do book spoilers through this whole fucking thing for all of these episodes. I don't give a fuck. At the beginning of book 2, in The Great Hunt, Matt is healed by, I think it's like 9 sisters, but he can't be separated from the dagger. Okay? He can't. So Podon Fane steals the dagger. He steals the horn. And takes off. Rand is being a complete dick because he's trying to get away from Motive Buddy because he's scared he's going to kill him. Well, then when the dagger gets stolen, Rand changes his attitude and he goes with Matt and Perrin and a group of other people to go find the dagger to help Matt. So Matt doesn't go back to being what he was. And in the process, they get separated because Rand hits a portal stone and goes to basically a different dimension of the same timeline. That's where he meets Selene. Not whatever the fuck they were doing in this small little town where Rand is just reveling fucking time. Like, no. We didn't get that storyline, and that shit sucked. They just separated him. It was dumb. Killing Uno, we didn't need to kill Uno. Uno actually plays quite a big part throughout the whole fucking series. Now we're just gonna kill him off. Suan and Moron's love story, I didn't enjoy that at all. Be honest with you. I thought that was completely fucking stupid. I don't enjoy love storylines to begin with, whether they're gay or straight. To me, it was just dumb. It didn't need to be in there. Well, they were pillow friends. Yeah, back when they were teenagers. That's it. There's nothing else to it. No House of Games. Perrin's wolf scenes. I didn't enjoy those. Okay, so the final episode, this is where Perrin kills Bornhold, which was absolute fucking bullshit because Perrin didn't kill Bornhold. The Seanchan and the Damani killed Bornhold. Perrin gets blamed for it by the White Cloaks, but it wasn't Perrin. We didn't get the sword fight from Rand. That just wasn't there. They just used magic. Okay, cool, whatever. And oh wait, again, no Ta'Veren storyline. Season 3. The very beginning, I did not understand why everybody was in Tar Valon. They're just chilling there, drinking beers and hanging out. No. Rand, after the Great Hunt, separates himself and he goes for Kalendor. He goes to Tyr. Instead, we have him go to the Threefold Land. We're just going to bypass Kalendor, which Kalendor is his great weapon that the Forsaken are trying to get to be able to use. But now we're just going to leave that one alone. Perrin just goes back to the Two Rivers because he feels like it, not because he got news that they were under attack by Trollocs. So we don't get the loyal Perrin and Fael storyline that we're supposed to get. No, we're not going to do that. Once we get to why did Ilana's warder have to die at the tower? Why couldn't he die in the Two Rivers like he was supposed to? But that's not my question. We didn't get no Tam. We didn't get Abel Cawthon. We didn't get the rebels of the Two Rivers. Nope. And we didn't get Perrin going house to house and making sure people are safe and becoming the Lord that way. Becoming Lord Perrin that way. No. We just get him in the Two Rivers and he helps a couple people, and it's Lord Perrin. Like, what the fuck? That was dumb, honestly. Moron and Lanfear working together. Why? Why did we have to have them work together? That made absolutely no sense for the story because they actually absolutely despise each other. But we're going to have them work together. And we're going to have Lanfear conjure up this little thing and have them beat up the friends so they can get the fuck out of Like, Jesus Christ, this shit was stupid. Swan dying. Swan didn't need to die. Swan actually plays a pretty prominent role throughout the whole series. Nope, we're just gonna fucking kill her off. That means we don't get no Gareth Brent storyline either. Here's that one. Tenchiko. Fuck Tenchiko. That storyline was completely fucking stupid. They sloppily handled the whole thing with the threefold land and the IO. Oh, that's another one. Why did we have Ilana and damn it, Avienda fall in love? That's not how this works. No. Elaine falls in love with Rand. Avienda falls in Rand. Avienda protects Rand from other women because of Elaine. And then eventually they just, get together eventually through the storyline. And then Elaine and Avienda become sisters. That's how it's supposed to be. But we're not going to ever see that, so it doesn't matter. Matt's storyline, he should have been with Rand. When they separated from Tar Valon, Matt should have went with Rand to the threefold land, to the IO Waste. He shouldn't have went to Tenchiko. That was completely fucking stupid. Did I tell you I hated Tenchiko's storyline? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. That was dumb. Oh, and Cats on Broadway. Yeah, we got Cats on Broadway if you didn't know that. Because whatever that thing that Matt ran into in Tenchiko, that wasn't a fox and that wasn't a snake. That was Cats on Broadway. That was leftover costumes from I don't know where, but it was completely fucking stupid looking and just dumb. Why did we take Matt's memories? No. You don't take Matt's memories, okay? They never took Matt's memories in the book. Matt needs those memories so Matt can become the greatest general of the age to lead the armies in the last battle. But no, we're just going to annex that. We're going to take them all. Oh, that shit was stupid. And then Nynaeve just, going to swim with the fishes. And then she learns how to channel through her baby that never existed. No, that's not how that happens either. No. I'm done with my phone. I'm done with notes. Like, the show had that, Jackie. It was beautiful looking. That was it. They killed Loyal. Like, why in the fuck did we kill Loyal? Loyal and the Ogier. Loyal plays a huge part because he brings the Ogier to the last battle. Like, it's a different turning of the wheel. No, that's your excuse to make a shitty show because that's what you did. And people can argue with me and they can complain and they can troll and they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. And I'm going to be 100% fucking honest with you. I am so goddamn happy this show got canceled. It's done. Completely done. And I'll be honest with you, I don't ever want to see it brought back to TV because I don't think it'll ever get done right. You can eliminate certain little storylines throughout the book. Don't get me wrong. There are storylines you can take out. Okay? But Rand, Mat, Perrin, Egwene, Nynaeve, Lan, and Loyal, you really can't fuck with those storylines. And they did. They fucked with all those storylines. And the way they had fucked up with those storylines, it wouldn't have worked for the last battle. It wouldn't have worked for the last battle at all. They wouldn't have had the army they needed to fight. Okay? I don't know what else to say, but Raph shot himself in the foot from the very beginning, and it was a shit show clear to the end. Plain and simple. You had Brandon Sanderson, you had a 14-book series that was completed, and you had Jordan's wife and Harriet, and you could have pulled shit from them, and they didn't do it. They just wrote their own shit. Here's the deal. If you're going to want to write a story and make a TV show about it, then write your own story and make a TV show about it. But don't take somebody else's hard work and just fuck it up because you want to. I thought I was let down by Game of Thrones in the end. I was not let down near as bad as I was with Wheel of Time. I was super excited for the Wheel of Time to come out on TV. And now I'm really, really happy it was canceled. Right, Jake? Yeah, see. I am 100% happy that it was canceled. Now that these shills out here that are like, oh my God, we need to bring it back. No, we don't. It won't come back. It's not going to happen. From what I read a week ago on your little fucking petition to bring it back, you had 130 fucking signatures. 130,000 signatures. Sorry, that is not even close to being able to bring that show back. Not even close. You need probably upwards of millions. Yeah, right, Jackie. So this is, and me and Casey were talking about this. If you would have dropped this Wheel of Time at the same time Game of Thrones came out, Wheel of Time would have been canceled season 1. Done. Wouldn't even fucking existed. Because Game of Thrones, for the first 4 seasons, was beautiful TV adaptation from book. It was great because George was involved. Now, don't get me wrong. When George quit being involved, and you can watch what the hypes watch, especially when it hit season 5, we started talking shit because that's when the writers started to diverge from the source material because they ruined the Ironborn, they fucking ruined Dorne, they ruined a bunch of other storylines. They did. But I'll be 130% with you. I would rather watch Game of Thrones 10 out of 10 times than ever watch the fucking Wheel of Time. And yes, Casey, you're right. Game of Thrones was lightning in a bottle like Lord of the Rings. So there you have it. There's a reason it failed. And I just gave you plenty of reasons of why it failed. Because you had this core audience, this core book audience that was really excited for the show. And I'll be honest with you, from what I've read in a bunch of different streams and comments and everything else, a lot of those people stopped watching after 1 to 5 episodes of the first season. I stuck it out through all 3. And by the third season, I was done. Even if it got renewed, I was not going to watch it again. I would never, ever watch The Wheel of Time again because it was complete crap. Season 3, the last 3 episodes were just bleh. They were horrible, horrible, horrible TV. They were crap writing. I feel sorry for the actors because I think the actors were doing a great job with what they were getting. And Jackie, I was done with season 1 but kept watching for some reason. Yeah, a lot of people did. I was one of them. I was hoping it would get better, but by the end of season 3, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it anymore. So, well, there's my rant, guys. There's a reason it failed. Oh, you know the other? I forgot about this one. Perrin getting arrested by the fucking White Cloaks because of Child Bornhole getting killed because he killed him in the show. He doesn't kill him. The White Cloaks don't help in the battle for the Two Rivers. Therefore, Perrin never gets arrested. Forgot about that. So, yeah. I agree, Jake. Casting was great. Costumes were great. Writing, trash. Story, trash. I know, Casey. I do give it way more of a chance than you, but I'm the reason it got canceled. Anyway, there's my live, guys. I don't know when I'm going to do another one. I'll catch you guys on whenever. Peace.